Hi, welcome to the podcast Why. Here's why. So this episode, 20 episode podcast series is made under Indian Film Project in association with Anchor by Spotify. So in this whole episode, the podcast series Why. In this episode also we would be answering the question related to why, and the answers are completely based on my thinking, my thoughts, my knowledge, my experience of life of 24 years. So it could be correct, it could not be correct. My thoughts are never the reality of anyone's life, and so feel free to get me. I am always open to learning. So let's begin with episode 15 with the question why there is unemployment in this high level. Is there any less number of vacancies, or what is getting wrong? So according to me, we are having too much unemployment, not because we have less vacancies. We are having, I personally doing 9 jobs in parallel, and I personally have two startups. So I have seen the corporate culture too, hiring culture too. So in hiring culture, what I have struggled was I still have vacancy. I have more than 50 vacancies, but it is not getting fulfilled because I am not getting employable students. So and I have worked for nine. I am doing 9 jobs parallelly, and companies are allowing me doing for that because I have skills which they want to be used, and I want funding from them to invest in my startup. So what I have noticed is the universities and colleges, which are mainly private universities and colleges, because we have seen the most of the placements are taken by IITs and IITs, and the top universities just like LPU and etc. It is because the other colleges, which are private universities, private colleges, or anything which is not the highest level of growth, which only focuses on making money, not on the growth of the student, or even some students are unaware of the opportunities there are. So being backward to in terms of a skill, and just being relying on the education system that the knowledge of degree is sufficient, or having 2 3 certification would be sufficient without having any project experience or hands-on experience or internship experience would be making them employable is not true. We, instead of only relying on others, we should be upskilling ourselves. We should be having a hands-on experience and things. Even if things go wrong, and like the pandemic happened and things went wrong, even you should have the skills which you can use for yourself. Like if let's consider you didn't got any job, but you have juniors, you have others of younger than you which live in this society, and you have expertise in any knowledge. Like for example, you did your degree in BTech and computer science, you do not have masters, you do not have job, but in whole BTech computer science engineering you have a strong knowledge of C programming. So you can teach C programming to others and be self-independent and self-employed too, until and unless you get job. And as soon as vacancy get, until then if you keep upskilling yourself, keep making yourself employable, or you can start your own startup if you want. Whatever you make feel yourself you happy, it matters. And instead of being similar to all other graduates, like if for example 40 graduates are from one BTech CSE, and other colleges are also, if 100 colleges are in one big city, and 100 colleges are graduating for 40 BTech computer science students from each college. So it's become 4,000 BTech graduates are there. Among 4,000, only 100 from private universities I am talking about, not IITs and NITs. So in among 4,000 BTech CSE graduates, there are only 100 employable students, so they get placed. So others are unemployed because they were not employable. Being unemployed and being employable is, and or like whenever they get rejected from the interview, it is because they are not employable, because having the limited knowledge of the degree what other have. That's what I said, that what 100 among 4,000 was placed. So 3,900 are not placed because they had similar skills, they had similar knowledge, which our whole India is doing. Whole Indian education system is having same syllabus. Every 3,900 graduate had same knowledge, same syllabus, same everything. But those 100 may had extra add-on skills, extra certifications, extra trainings. It doesn't matter, paid or free. Should be able to demonstrate your skills or your learning. If you do not have any certification but you had project, if you have anything which can showcase your learning, then it could be very beneficial. Making yourself outstanding, making yourself employable, or making yourself skilled can always be helpful. Knowledge can never be harmful, and knowledge can never go useless. So Always feel confident, keep learning, and keep yourself strong at least in one topic. So in any case, if on you don't get job and anything else happen, you can at least be master at one skill, and you can teach that skill and be employed, self-employed, and you can keep your life running, and maybe that could lead your life in right direction or better direction. And the unemployment can be solved by that, because the private university what I faced among in my BTech journey was the university was focusing on the learn earning money and not focusing on the growth of the student or making the students aware of this fact that I am talking in this podcast. As I did 40 internships, for more than 40 projects, more than 20 trainings with my BTech degree, but in my class other were not focusing on doing that. So what I thought was they were doing that paid courses which my university was offering, and my university was forcing them to do this, that it would make them employable. But what was in getting that, that those paid courses was also similar to the courses which we were doing in our degree. It was just one extra hour which they were paying nearly 7,000 to get a skill, and that was also not helpful for them because they didn't have anything to demonstrate that skills that they have gained. So the unawareness and the mainly the unawareness and the corruption we have in our Indian education system or the private institutions, which they use to make money and not to make employable graduates, is the reason for unemployment. So let's take the self initiative of making self-skilled, making the individual initiative. I'm not saying to say anything to others. Keep, if you want to be employed, make yourself employable, or if you want to be self-independent, make yourself skilled in or master in any one skill, and it could be helpful. Always do whatever you love to do, what you make you happy, not others happy. It would be making the journey of learning too much happy and too much exciting and great in your whole life. So feel free to correct me if you think anywhere I am wrong. If you agree, feel free to add on anything if you think anything could be add on. Thank you. That's all for episode number 15.